Hi there, good afternoon. I am back in Delhi, in South Delhi this time, staying at the Aurora bed and breakfast you saw there, just for tonight. Tomorrow, catching a flight to my 81st country, but you'll find out where in the next video. I usually stay in Paharganj, the main bazaar over by the New Delhi railway station, when I arrive in Delhi, and then when I come back, as I am this time after 6 weeks of traveling around India. I was actually there last night after coming by train from Rishikesh, but in my previous Delhi videos, then there were lots of comments from people, especially local Indians, saying you've got to stay in a different part of Delhi, see something beyond the crazy, hectic Paharganj Bazaar, and lots of people recommended Hauz Khas. So Hauz Khas means royal tank, as in water tank. The royal tank that it is named after was built around 1300 AD, so it is a very historical area. So here we go, Hauz Khas Village Road. Qutub Minar is something you're supposed to see. We'll see if I maybe get over there in the course of this video. I don't know exactly what I'm going to see. There's a lot in this area spread all around. The first mission is to get some food. I haven't eaten anything yet. It is 1 p.m. There's supposed to be really nice restaurants, so this is not a good representation, to the best of my understanding, of what is really going on in Hauz Khas. It is a kilometer walk this way, and then it's supposed to be like a super hip area for young, trendy Delhiites and like the rich and famous or something, set around the tank, like kind of a little reservoir lake, I guess, something like that, with ruins from the Islamic area when it was the center of this Islamic, the capital of the empire. I don't know exactly the history, but anyways, Islamicists were settled here, you know, the Mughals that came from Afghanistan and Central Asia and whatnot, and took over this part of India. That looks like a very Muslim monument there. In fact, let's see if I can pop inside. There you go, Hauz Khas Village straight ahead. Yeah, I think this is just a free entrance. The Bara Kamba, a square tomb, 10.5 meters on each side. So definitely an Islamic structure here. And a place to get some shade, apparently. Hello, thank you. Okay, let's keep on walking. So, thanks for the recommendation. Looking forward to seeing what it's like. I'm not yet convinced that I would prefer to stay here as opposed to Paharganj, but we'll see. It is very different. It is very spread out, everything around here. The nice thing about Paharganj is that you feel like you're just right in the center of things. It is this main bazaar, as you've seen probably in my other videos, of all the shops and restaurants and hotels all concentrated in one area with the narrow lanes. It feels more personal. It is also more chaotic, but it is super interesting, and you have everything you need within a 2-minute walk in any direction, whereas you can see I've got a kilometer walk to go down here, and you kind of feel like you're a little bit lost in the sprawling neighborhoods. Another probably Islamic structure there, and another one there. Now the other advantage, of course, of Paharganj is that it is right near the New Delhi railway station. So it is very convenient to arrive there. Hello! So you go to Paharganj, and then most likely you're going to take a train out of Delhi to your next destination, and then it's super easy to just walk over to the train station. The advantage of America. Where are you from? Delhi? All right. Have a nice day. Hello, namaste. So there's one advantage though to Hauz Khas here, which is that it is much closer to the airport. I am flying out tomorrow. The Indira Gandhi International Airport. Now, that leads into a whole story that I was thinking of telling, in which I ended up at the wrong airport once. Maybe I'll get to that later. So this is obviously a Hindu temple. Sri Nilachala Seva Sangha. It just looks totally Hindu. It's obvious, you know. So we are there basically. I'm going to a restaurant that I found online that was recommended called Mia Bella. And I guess it has a nice view of the water tank. It's only 3 minutes away. So I think we're basically entering into the Hauz Khas village right now. So I will explore around here more after I get something to eat. I am starving. Laser tag. Innovative jewelry. Downtown village bar and lounge. Which reminds me, I haven't had a beer in 2 weeks. So maybe I'll find a nice place to grab one at some point today. No beer available really in the areas where I was. Rishikesh is a holy town, so it's not available there. And then, hello man. How are you? Hello, good. And then in the Himalayas, hard to find alcohol. So yeah, so far, pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing the ruins. I can see up ahead, right there, a gate. And then Mia Bella should be right here. Best lake view. Sri Hanuman Mandir, a Hanuman temple. Yummy coffee. There we go. Mia Bella. Romantic Lake View Bar. Excellent. Hello. Second floor? Thank you. That looks good. So this place has the alcohol. I'm actually just getting a lemonade for now. Maybe find a beer later, but wine, liqueur, rum, cognac, malt, whiskey, vodka, tequila, gin, Indian draft beer, imported beer, Hogarden. Oh yeah, maybe I'll go for that later. So the Hauz Khas Complex. This complex borders the tank known originally as the Hauz-i Alai, which was constructed during the reign of Aladdin Khalji, 1296 to 1316. It lay somewhat to the west of Aladdin's newly fortified city of Siri. So again, there's the Mia Bella restaurant. Great location, excellent food. I'm now inside the complex. It was 25 rupees for Indians, 300 for foreigners, so that is $4. The ancient city here. And so the lake there is the Hauz Khas, the royal tank. So I'm going to tell a couple of travel stories as I walk around here. Short ones. So one is from today. I just thought that I would tell really quickly the story of the taxi experience from Paharganj there to Hauz Khas, because it was a little bit of a snafu situation. So I tried to use Uber. The first time that I've tried to use Uber in India, and it totally didn't work. So I stayed at a hotel like right there at Paharganj. Woke up this morning and planned to just come right on over here and get checked in and have the whole afternoon to explore Hauz Khas. So I ordered the Uber with my phone at the hotel there, and I'm waiting in the lobby. It says 6 minutes for the Uber to come. But I noticed that the Uber is not moving at all. You can see the little image. It's just sitting there, and eventually I get a call. So the mosque. Eventually I get a call from the Uber driver, but he doesn't speak any English. Hello. And so he's talking at me, and I'm trying to explain I don't speak Hindi. And he doesn't seem to be understanding the concept. He's still trying to talk to me in Hindi. And then I hand the phone to the front desk person, who doesn't really speak any English, but I'm hoping maybe he can explain to him whatever needs to be explained, because it shouldn't be necessary to talk anyways. He knows where I am and he knows where I'm going to go. That's how Uber works. So I'm not sure why he was even calling me. So the front desk guy talks to him. I don't know what they said. He hangs up, and then I'm thinking, well, maybe it's resolved. The little image in the Uber app is still not moving at all. And then he calls again. And at this point I just say cancel, like this is just not working. I don't understand what the problem is, but it's not happening. And I guess he understood that much and canceled the Uber. And then immediately then the app finds another driver. And so again, it's going to be, 5 minutes or something like that. Looks like this other person is closer. And so I'm watching on the little map thing, and meanwhile a taxi driver comes up to me there in the Paharganj Bazaar and asks me where I'm going, and I'm curious, what's a taxi driver going to charge? Because according to Uber, then it's going to be 275 rupees, a little less than $4. It is like a 25-minute drive from Paharganj down here, a good ways across Delhi. So the Uber is like super reasonable, less than $4. And so the taxi driver says 500 rupees, which is almost double, but that's still not a bad price. That's like $7 for a pretty long ride across the city. And I'm starting to think that maybe I should have just gone with the taxi, because when Uber works, it's great, but the getting connected with the driver can be the tricky part, of course, especially in India, in Delhi, in Paharganj, where it is just this totally chaotic mayhem scene of just rickshaws and cars everywhere and all the honking and everything that's going on there. And so I'm watching the image of the car on the app, and it is getting closer and closer, and then it shows it as being right there. And so I'm looking all over at all of the cars and not seeing the right license plate. I'm spending like several minutes, just no luck. And it's showing the guy is like sitting like right there where I'm standing, basically. He's not across the road, I just can't see him anywhere. And then out of the blue, inexplicably, then it shows that he's like 8 minutes away. So I don't know what the heck happened, but I finally just canceled that one. It said it was going to charge me 20 rupees for the cancellation fee, which is 25 cents. So that was very fair. So forget Uber. I got in the taxi, 500 rupees, and the guy was super nice and got me here fine. So there are advantages to the taxi in that the guy is standing there, you see him, you get in the car, you go. There isn't the trying to find the guy in a crowded street. Pretty cool ruins. Interesting to see the Muslim side of things. So different from the Hindu Indian construction. If you're wondering about the Indian heat wave in Delhi, so today is May 10th, and according to my phone it is currently 101 degrees Fahrenheit. That is like 38 Celsius. So that is not a heat wave in India. That is actually quite reasonable. I think that there was a heat wave earlier. There was like power cuts, and then it must have cooled down a little bit, and then the heat is coming back again just in the next few days. I'm kind of leaving at a good time, it seems like. It's going to be getting back up to like 110, 112, 113, like more than 40 Celsius. Pretty cool exploring here. Interesting symbols. But as you can see, so much less of the intricate carving compared to most Hindu. Whoa, bats. It's relatively a lot more plain on the walls compared to Hindu structures. All depending, of course. All right, let's get out of here and go to the little lake there. Very pleasant scene here for sure. Back in the village area and trying to find how to get down to the Hauz Khas, the royal tank. Royal tank, Hauz Khas, to go to the lake. Yeah. Here and left. Dhanyavad, thank you. Okay, let's try this. Lake? Hauz Khas Lake?
Like आगे से.
This? Thank you, thank you. Lots of different types of establishments here. Cool, unique restaurants and galleries. Trippy Hippie Cafe. Oh, that's funny. It spells out THC. Trippy Hippie Cafe. That is funny. I'm guessing they aren't serving out joints there, but okay, where is this lake? Looks like maybe right here. Oh, this is the THC. Trippy Hippie Cafe. Take a quick look here. They got the weird, trippy lighting. We serve positive vibe, sunset view, lake view, rooftop, Italian, continental, Chinese. Okay, well I think I'm just going to show the view. If they serve beer, I could definitely be back for a beer later. I'll investigate further later. So, the next travel story is about getting to the airport. Figured it's relevant since I'm doing that tomorrow. I will just take a taxi from here. But there were 2 times that I decided to take a bus to the airport in Delhi in order to save some bucks, and also because in both cases my flight was in the afternoon, so I had plenty of time. Some of you might recall the incident in Bangalore from 2017 that turned into a total fiasco of trying to catch a bus from Bangalore out to the airport. There was a direct bus. I forget the whole story at this point, but I ended up catching a rickshaw, and then there was some problem with the rickshaw, and basically I got there in time, but it was a close call. So this is a different experience from a decade earlier, 2008. So that was an 8-month trip in which I started in the fall of 2007. I had my flights all booked for that trip. I had purchased a series of flights through a travel agent. So it was 8 months going from Oregon, Portland, where I was living at the time, flying to Hawaii for a month, Thailand for 6 weeks, then India for 3 months, Nepal for 2 weeks, just overland, and then back to Thailand for another month, and then back to Hawaii for another month. So I spent my 3 months in India, and then I had 2 weeks left and planned to go to Nepal. So I went to Nepal by bus to Pokhara, did the Annapurna base camp trek, and then my flight was back out of Delhi. And so I went by bus all the way from Pokhara to Delhi to catch my flight. Arrived like, I think the night before the flight, and the flight was in the afternoon, so I decided to catch a bus, which was going to be, you know, like 10 or 20 rupees or whatever, instead of the 300, 400, 500 for the taxi. Also, I was almost out of rupees, and so this way I didn't have to get more rupees, because I had like just 100 rupees left or something like that. And so I had figured out the bus number and where to catch it. Probably my hotel people told me. And so I went there, and the bus number comes along. Now, from what I remember, then there was a okay, these guys have noticed me. Hello, man. Sorry?
Are you doing vlogging?
I'm vlogging, yeah.
Where are you from?
America. Where are you guys from?
I'm from India. Delhi.
Which place? All from Delhi?
Yeah.
All right, cool. My first time to Hauz Khas.
Okay.
Cool place.
Cool place. Where?
You live around Hauz Khas or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Around Hauz Khas.
Usually I stay Paharganj. Normally I stay Paharganj, but everybody said this time go Hauz Khas, and it's something different. So
Do try in clubs. The best party.
I see. In the night tonight, huh?
In the night.
Okay, we'll see. Cool. See ya. You too, guys. So there was like a bus number, let's just call it 73, I forget, but there was like 73A and 73B, something like that. And so a bus comes along and it had the number, but I think I wasn't sure about the letter. Hello. How's it going? Cool. Doing great. You too. The bus comes along with the right number, but then I'm not exactly sure about the letter, if the letter is the correct one or not. And so as the bus is like going by and slowing down, I yell to some guys that are hanging out of the door, airport, and they say ha ha, or yes, or whatever. They ha means yes in Hindi. And they confirm yes, airport. And so I get on the bus and we go to the airport. So we get to the airport and I realize as we arrive, this doesn't look right. If I ask around, I'm at the domestic airport, not the international airport. And I have like 80 rupees left at that point. And the time is definitely sort of ticking down. I still have time, but I ask a rickshaw driver how much to the international airport, and the number that he quotes me is like maybe, I forget, 20, 30, 40 rupees more than the 80 rupees that I had. I'm like, oh man, so now I have to like find an ATM and make a withdrawal and then convert some currency again or whatever. And so I'm, just kind of thinking about, okay, how am I going to solve this, and got to do it quick, And then somehow I end up talking with a policeman that is there and explain my situation. He speaks fairly good English. And he says, okay, come here. And then he takes me over to a rickshaw driver and talks with him. And basically, I think what he was saying to him is, this guy's in a bit of a fix. Can you take him to the international airport for the amount of rupees that he has left on him? And so that guy agreed to do it, and gave him what I had, and he got me there. And 0 rupees left, but caught my flight and everything worked out. So I think the obvious lesson here is try not to take chances when it comes to catching a super important flight. I mean, in both of those cases, then it was just kind of a, wacky thing that got in the way and derailed the plans. But that is also a lesson in making sure that you have extra time. Don't cut it exactly enough time to get there. Give yourself extra time. I would much rather be sitting at the airport bored, waiting around for the flight, than sitting in a taxi or rickshaw or whatever, stressed out, wondering if I'm actually going to make that flight, and thinking about the consequences if you don't, if you miss a big flight like that, what it's going to cost you and everything. So give yourself extra time. All right, let's wander around this nice little park a little bit. So there is the lake, and here we've got the Munda Gumbad. constructed during the Khilji period, built by Sultan Aladdin Khilji in 1295 AD for the residence of his capital, Siri. Only one story of the pavilion remains now. The disappearance of the dome has given the monument its name. So I guess it had another level below and another dome above, something like that. And let's get up here. Alright, I'm ready to get out of this heat. Go find somewhere cool to take a seat and get a nice cold beer. Alright, back at the THC, Trippy Hippie Cafe. Let's see if they serve a beer here. Tattoo Studio, Grey Wolf. Okay, here is the THC. It does not seem to be very open. Nobody here. Shoes here. Okay, there are shoes. Let's give it a try. Hello. Is there beer?
No.
I see. Okay. Thank you. Is it okay if I show in a video? Yeah? So look at this, Little Goa. Pipes galore. I guess like hookah pipes. You can see Bob Marley in there. They got all kinds of smoking rolling papers and Alright, I'm headed back to the Mia Bella, where I know I can get a good Hoegaarden, I think Belgian beer. Cold water, cold Hoegaarden. Cheers. So I'm walking back towards my hotel and saw these monuments that I didn't see before that are just massive. Obviously Muslim. Dadi Poti's tombs. Grandmother, granddaughter, used for two tombs placed side by side, perhaps coined because of the fact that one tomb is bigger than the other. It is not known who is buried here. Belongs to the Tulak period, 1321 to 1414. More than 600 years old. Very different styles. This is the bigger one, and the smaller one, much smoother and more uniform, lighter coloring. Just so stark, the contrast between the Hindu and Muslim architecture. It shows how architecture is such an expression of a culture. So I guess those are the graves there. I can see like 4 at least. More than 4, there's 2 lines. And so there's just one more thing that I want to see before I head back to my room and get out of the heat and enjoy the coolness for the rest of the afternoon. And that is the market, the Hauz Khas market, which according to my phone is the other direction, other side of the main street over there. Nice song to go along with whatever he's selling. So there you can see Hauz Khas Market. The little blue thing next to the little red pin. I am right there. But not too much going on. So no idea what that was all about, but still, it was interesting to walk into this neighborhood. Looks like part of the old fort wall there. Old bricks. And then interesting building here. It looks like kind of a temple, yeah. Shrine here. Homeopathic dispensary, Gita Bhavan. Maybe a Hindu temple, and then also like sort of a charity organization, something like that, where they give speeches. I can hear somebody talking in there, like a community, you know, institution of some sort. I don't know, just a guess. And here's the guy selling something. Guitar, flute, tabla, keyboard, vocals, music classes. What is he selling? There isn't much on that thingamajigger. So there's more of a market right here. Okay, actually, here we go. Not especially interesting, but it is a market. All right, I think that I am done for the day, ready to get out of this intense heat. It has heated up to 103 or about 39 Celsius. It is muggy hot, smack in the middle of the afternoon. A good time to retreat to the room. That is it for India. 6 weeks in India, an incredible journey. Absolutely. Another one for the travel books, the India memories. ultimate intense traveling experience every time. India remains just one of the most incredible, mind-blowing, challenging, colorful, noisy, tasty, varied places of culture. Who are these guys? Always an amazing experience. And there is just so much more to see. My 11th time to India, and I still kind of feel like I've just scratched the surface. So I'm sure that I will be back, if I'm lucky, to see much more. Hopefully some of the places that I haven't seen before, that I've wanted to see. Sikkim, Darjeeling, the Northeast, Bodh Gaya, Calcutta, the Chardham temples, the Golden Temple, Amritsar, Punjab, Kerala, Gujarat. Hello, sir. And much, much more. So that is it. My 81st country tomorrow. See ya.